Yeah, you guys were being monsters. Okay, you guys. Normally I cut it off when I'm actually like, you know, putting all my decks back together and stuff like that. But at the end of the Capricorn reading, I saw my dogs running around the neighborhood out my window, and I was like, oh my God. You know, these dogs are escape artists. I had to put chicken wire like all around the edges of my fence and stuff, but when I went out there, the whole gate in between the backyard and the pasture was like off its hinges. So I have a feeling my goat assisted with that, because my goat Soraya and my dog Bug love to push against that fence on each other. So I have a feeling it had to do with that. So anyway, so all of my dogs are gone. You know, they've then run through the pasture and escaped out the pasture. And, you know, and then my sheep, Eeyore, is over there, and he's like, hey. And I see my goat walk out of my kitchen through the dog door. So she had gone inside. She used to live in the house, and I think she's still a little bit salty about the fact that she doesn't anymore. But so anyway, my goat walks out, and so I'm trying to get my goat back into the pasture and trying to get this fence back on. And, you know, so I fixed the fence, and then I have to go out and wrangle the dogs, who had a senior Chihuahua pinned down in the corner of a field. I have 3 dogs, you know, and they're like 2 years old, and then this poor senior Chihuahua, and they hadn't hurt him, but they were definitely harassing him. And so I picked up this Chihuahua, walked all the dogs back to the house. Everything's fine now. But my dogs are Pisces, and so Scorpio season is definitely them embracing their shadows and having a great time with that. And so maybe that's a message for somebody. I am a Virgo, and so that's why your guys' reading is last. Sorry about that, but I kind of saved the best for last. You know what I mean? So let's see what energies our Virgos have coming in the first 2 weeks of November. Oh, no, the deck's not upside down. This is the Hierophant in reverse. Like I said, if cards do come out in reverse, I do read them that way. Queen of Wands. Eight of Cups. Ooh, okay. Clarified by the Ten of Swords, and then the Tower, and the Ten of Wands. King of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, interesting, Virgos. So the Hierophant in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Wands. I love this energy. So, you know, the Queen of Wands has a lot of passion, right? She's beautiful, she's creative, she's driven, she just has a lot of passion and fire to her, right? The Hierophant is about institutions, hierarchy, structures, tradition. And so I feel like, you know, for these first cards out, that really, that you're in a space, Virgo, of just, you know, not caring about the way things always were, or the way things the way we always do things, or people's expectations based on society, or, you know, traditions or culture or community or whatever. You're just saying, like, you know what? Like, I'm done with that. Those are your guys' beliefs and standards, and I'm going to be me. I'm doing my thing now. I'm doing what's right and best for me. I see you. I love this again. This is there's a lot of Scorpionic energy here in terms of like that rebirth, you know, because the Eight of Cups comes out clarified by the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, it can be about betrayals, like, you know, ultimate like backstabs. And what you are doing, Virgo, is you are just walking away from any of that. You are walking away from any of that. People who betrayed you, people who didn't have your back, people who didn't have your best interests in mind or weren't supporting you in ways that were positive or beneficial for you. You're closing off those sorts of cycles and just saying, I'm not doing that anymore. And that may even be with family members. You know what I mean? That may be even within your own family structures, that you're just like, you're not playing by these rules that don't serve you anymore. And then there's the Tower, which is about the crumbling of foundations, or the crumbling of structures or institutions. And Ten of Wands is about ultimate burden. And so, what I'm seeing is that these institution structures or whatever have just become too much for you. You've had a shift in terms of how you perceive them, and you are done with that stuff. You are willing to walk away from anything, anyone, any job, any, relationship, any, family member that is bringing this kind of betrayal or burden energy to you. And you're just saying, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Right? And I love that, Virgo. Because you know what? Virgos are like, a lot of us are people pleasers. A lot of Virgos are very kind and compassionate, and they're very service oriented. A lot of Virgos do service work. They're always catering to the needs and wants and responsibilities of everybody else, and so, now I'm seeing this shifting into this King of Pentacles energy. And the King of Pentacles, of course, that's earth signs. So this could be you, Virgo. But regardless of whether or not you're feminine or masculine energy, the King of Pentacles is really solid, stable person who is calm in the face of chaos. And no matter what they've got going on, they're going to find a plan to work any situation. They're going to do it calmly, and they're going to walk through that with wisdom and leadership. That's the King of Pentacles energy. And the Nine of Pentacles, clarifying that, is saying that like you're doing this on your own. I mean, Nine of Pentacles is like a single energy. It's about being single and financially stable, independent. Just really embracing that kind of like freedom and autonomy. And so that's what I see you doing here, Virgo. I'm going to pull another card. Four of Wands. And the Page of Cups. Oh, I have the deck upside down. Okay. But, I'm going to assume that they came out that way, for a reason. The Four of Wands can be about a union. And the Page of Cups is often about an apology or a reconciliation. And I get this sense, Virgo, that you have tried that. You've already done that. You've tried reconciling, you've tried apologizing, you've tried navigating your way around these systems, these kind of family dynamics or whatever the case may be. And honestly, like you're done. You're done with that. You're done with all of that. And you're just in this very independent and again autonomous but confident energy. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know where you're going, Virgo, but I know you're going to be good. I know you're going to be good. These were things that needed to crumble. These foundations that have fallen now due to your choices. The thing is that I always say you don't really know someone until you tell them no. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know someone. So a lot of people can have a lot of friends and, family and all this kind of stuff around them, but they may have been the kind of person who, didn't ever want to have conflict with someone else. And so when these sort of things happened that, maybe you saw that people didn't have your best interest at heart, or they were doing things that kind of left you out of the loop, or, you were just kind of cut out of things, whatever the case may be. maybe you didn't say anything, you didn't want to have the conflict, whatever. I just feel like that's changed now, though. Is because you realize that the only reason that these people were still in your life is because you never needed anything from them. Virgos are very independent. They always want to figure things out on their own and stuff, right? But then when time comes around that you do need help, and you actually, it's hard for Virgos to ask for that help sometimes because we do want to do it on our own, right? And then when you do, you feel uncomfortable asking for that help. And then when they don't show up for you after all that, yeah, you don't find out who your friends are until you really need help, or you have to say no. Okay, let's get some guidance for you, Virgo. Forgiveness will set you free. What do you need to forgive yourself for? And that's the message there, right? I mean, we forgive other people for us, right? Not necessarily for a reconnection. Remember, everybody is perceiving the world through their own frame of reference and their level of healing, their level of perspective. Unhealed people often project onto everyone. But I think this is more of a sense about forgive yourself for the times that you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I get the sense that this is almost like you feel like it was long overdue. Like, I should have done this years ago. You know what I mean? And so, forgive yourself for your interactions in those dynamics as well. Not speaking up for yourself in the past, giving too much to situations where people didn't, reciprocate. Forgive yourself for all of that because, we're all on a path, and you're on a path here too, Virgo, right? And so, these were lessons that you needed to learn and things that you needed to do, and you've done it. I love this energy for you. And you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with putting yourself first and saying that you deserve more and that you're going to go out and get it. You're going to figure it out. You're going to do it on your own. Turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Yeah, now that you're in this energy and you've cut out a bunch of negative energies around you, a bunch of lower vibration situations, relationships, whatever the case may be. And so, you're going to have some space here where because you're transforming, you are transforming, right? And you're going to start walking onto a new path here. And it's totally different probably than what you thought or expected you would be doing. And the universe is asking you to just be present as you go through these first stages of walking out onto your new path. Because if you're focused on the present and engaging and interacting with all the wonderful and amazing things that are going to start coming your way, you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have your future defined right now. Just start walking through this journey and keep your eyes open because there's going to be gifts coming towards you. There's going to be intuition. There's going to be, signs and synchronicities leading you along your path. Follow your passion. But yeah, let's get one of these for you. Scorpio. What did I just say about this scorpionic energy? Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. This is where you are. This is what you're doing. And this is the season for it. This is absolutely the season for it, right? Yeah, you're going to be purging things that don't serve you. You're going to be building new foundations here. And this is going to be an intense a period. And the more... Once you start cutting things out of your life like this, those same energies will get exposed elsewhere. Once you can see them, you can see them. And so don't be surprised when you do have a lot of things start falling away from you, but I promise you, every time something falls away from you, it's so that better can come in. And so just remember that as you walk through this experience, surrender to it. You are doing the right thing. And this is brave, Virgo. This is very brave. It's empowering and I love it. Just keep in that momentum. Keep walking that path. Beautiful, beautiful Virgo. You know what? I'm going to pull one more card for my Virgos. Didn't pull these on the other signs. Don't be jealous, Spirit. That is what you have really, you've lit a fire within your soul, Virgo. You have. And this is going to help drive you. You are going to be much more in tune with spirit, the voice of spirit. This may be, you may have gone through a spiritual awakening in the past, and this is sort of, you know, I just feel like these are fundamental life changes that you're making. And again, the more present minded you are, the more you surrender, the more access you're going to have to that spirit and guidance as well. Okay. Also, friendships. You're going to have a bunch of new friendships that come into play as you start along this path. You're, like I said, you're dropping out relationships and people and things that don't serve you. And so as those things fall out, watch, because you're going to get a whole new friendship circle. And these are going to be people from your soul tribe, you know, soul family. That's what I see, because they all have these stars around their head. So these are going to be other people who are in the same energy, and it's going to be amazing for you, Virgo. I love it. Okay. Virgos, if you guys resonated with this reading, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you do need a personal reading, my email as well as the link to my Etsy shop is in the description box. You can either email me, reach out that way for a reading, or you can just book straight through with Etsy. Okay. All right. Thank you, Virgos. Have a great week.